everyone. Today, let us know about figures of speech. Understanding these figures of speech is very important for any English learners, as these figures of speech form the very basics of good writing and conversation skills. Authors often use figures of speech in both literature and poetry to enhance their writing. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the figures of speech in poems and appreciate its usage. In this video, you will be introduced to 7 figures of speech and examples for each. So, what is a figure of speech? Okay, so what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is a figurative language. Okay, it's a figurative language, that is a language which is used to draw a picture mentally to convey a message or an idea much quickly, effectively, and vividly. Okay, so in English, there are many figures of speech, out of which we are going to learn about 7 important figures of speech: simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, apostrophe, oxymoron, and onomatopoeia. So what is that? Simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, apostrophe, oxymoron, and onomatopoeia. I will teach you an easy way to remember the names of the figures of speech at the end of this video session. Okay? So let's get started with the most common one, that is simile. Simile is a figure of speech that uses a comparison between two unlike things by using words so or as or like. Okay? So let's understand simile with some examples. See, our soldiers are as brave as lion. Here, we are comparing two different things, soldier and lion, using a word as. And what is common between them? It is bravery. They both are known for their bravery. So here, as brave as lion is an simile. So as brave as lion is simile. Let's look into another example. She is like an angel. Here, a girl is compared to an angel using the word like. And the common thing between them is the beauty. So here, like an angel is a simile. Okay, another one example. See, love is patience and so is my mother. Here, love is compared with my mother using the word so. And the common thing between them is patience. So here, so is my mother is a simile. So these are the some examples for simile. Now let's see the next figure of speech, metaphor. So metaphor is a figure of speech that uses a comparison between two unlike things. These two things must have one thing in common. Now you might be thinking it is similar to a simile, but children, there is a subtle difference. While in simile, we use the word as, so, or like while comparing two things. But in metaphor, we do not use such words. Now let's try to convert a simile into metaphor to understand better. Our soldiers are as brave as lion. Removing as brave as, it becomes our soldiers are lion. Okay, so in this statement, also our soldiers are compared with a lion and the common thing between them is bravery. But we have not used the word as. Thus, our soldiers are as brave as lion is a simile, but when we say our soldiers are lion, it is a metaphor. Let's look at some more examples for metaphor. Okay, the camel is a ship of the desert. Here, comparison is made between camel and ship without using any comparison words like as, so, and like. So this is a metaphor. Let's look at another example. Life is a dream. Here, life is compared to dream without using any comparison word. Okay, so these are the examples of metaphor. So let's go to Personification. Personification, it is a figure of speech where human qualities are given to objects or ideas. These qualities may be emotions, desires, sensations, gestures, and speech. Let's look at some examples to understand better. The sun smiled at us. Here, a quality of human, which is smile, is given to an object, the sun. So, personification is used here. Let's look at another example. The stars danced playfully in moonlight sky. So here, stars are dancing, and to dance is a quality of living being. So the figure of speech is personification. So another example of personification, opportunity was knocking at her door. So here also personification is used. So let's look at the next type of figure of speech, which is hyperbole. So hyperbole is a figure of speech which exaggerates or overstates any statement. It is done for expressing something forcibly and clearly. Let's look at some examples for hyperbole. The river of blood flooded in the battlefield. Here, to make the reader understand that there was so much of blood in the battlefield, an exaggerated or overstated situation is created by saying that the blood was spread all over like river. So this is a hyperbole. Okay. So let's see another example of hyperbole. See, you are brighter than the shinest star. Here we are overstating someone's beauty by telling it is brighter than the brightest star. So this is a hyperbole. Let's look at another one. Our brain is the size of a pea. Here we are overstating her brain by telling it is just a size of a pea. So it is a hyperbole. So let's look into next type of figure of speech, apostrophe. And an apostrophe is a figure of speech in which non-existent person or thing is addressed as if it is present. So it is an exclamatory figure of speech as exclamation is used in it. Let's look into some examples of them. So life, I cannot understand you. Here we are talking with a life as if it is a living being or a living object and is capable of understanding us. Also notice the exclamatory mark after life. Okay, so let's look at another example. Why don't you ever work, you stupid computer? Here we are talking with a computer as if it is a living object and is capable of understanding us. Notice the exclamatory mark after computer. So now another one, blow, wind, blow. Here we are talking with wind. Here also you can notice the exclamatory mark after blow. So these are the examples of apostrophe. Now the next type of figure of speech is oxymoron. Okay, an oxymoron is contradictory figure of speech. That is, one word says one thing and the other word says another thing. Oxymoron are useful in written English because they can make effective titles, add dramatic effects, add flavor to speech, and sometimes used to achieve a comedic effect. Let's see an example of them. It is an open secret. Here, you can see two opposite words in the same sentence. So, open and secret. If it is secret, it cannot be open. And if it is in the open, then it cannot be secret. So, it is an oxymoron. Let's look at another example of oxymoron. All the politicians agree to disagree. Here, you can see the opposite word agree and disagree in the same sentence. So, it is an oxymoron. Okay, so let's look at one more example of an oxymoron. He is clearly confused in his decision. If you see two opposite words clearly and confused in the same sentence, then it is an oxymoron. Okay, children, understood? Now, the last type of figure of speech that we will be learning today is onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia is defined as a word which imitates the natural sound of a thing. Let's understand with some example. See here, the buzzing bee flew away. So, what is the sound of a bee? It is buzz. So, as in this statement, we are using the sound of a bee buzzing. It is an onomatopoeia. Let's look at the next example of an onomatopoeia. The large dog said, woo, woo. So, now what is the sound of the dog? It is woo, woo. As in this statement, we are using sound of a dog. It is an onomatopoeia. Another example, the snake slithered and hissed. Now, what is the sound of a snake? It is s. As in this statement, we are using the sound of a snake. So, it is a onomatopoeia. So, these are the examples of onomatopoeia. Now, I will spell out a trick to remember the 7 figures of speech. Let's arrange the 7 figure of speech in specific order. Yes, and take the first letter. As simile, S is the first letter. Yes, hyperbole, H is the first letter. In apostrophe, A is the first letter. Metaphor, M is the first letter. In personification, P is the first letter. In oxymoron, O is the first letter. And in onomatopoeia, O is the first letter. Combining all these letters, it becomes an oxymoron. Shampoo, shampoo, shampoo. So, please remember this acronym so you won't forget the names of all the 7 figures of speech. That's all about the figures of speech in this video. Let's revise what we have learned in this lesson. First, we learned what is figure of speech. Then, we discussed about the 7 figures of speech. That is simile, hyperbole, apostrophe, metaphor, personification, oxymoron, and onomatopoeia. Understood, children? Thank you. Bye.